Hi QMetry users, I am Puneet, QMetry Product Specialist. I welcome you to the demo of QMetry latest version 8.6 that has an all new reporting module which is very powerful, feature rich and easy to use. Based on industry best practices, QMetry provides out of the box best in class system reports. As you see here, these reports are divided into 14 sections, with more popular ones like My Dashboard, Execution Summary Report, Top Issues Report, and Traceability Reports. Generally, enterprise organizations have their own defined testing processes and respective customizations. Therefore, at times, there is a need to create a custom report that suits to their testing needs. In today's demo, we will walk through on how users can easily create custom reports in QMetry. On the QMetry menu, there are three modules. QMetry Insights. Here, users can create custom reports called as gadgets. Users can view their saved or shared custom gadgets. QMetry Custom Dashboard. Here, users have their personalized dashboards created using custom gadgets. Now let's understand these modules in detail. QMetry Insight. This module is divided into two sections, Visual Reports and Advanced Query Reports. Visual Reports open up with a think space which is specifically designed for business users and allows them to visualize, design, and create their custom reports. Whereas Advanced Query Reports is more powerful. It is designed for more technical users with SQL knowledge and provides the ability to create reports by writing basic to complex SQL statements. Now let's understand visual reports in detail. This view is divided into two sections. On the left side, there is test entity view and their respective fields. These test entity views are divided into 5 categories as per different QMetry modules: issues, requirements, test cases, executions, test suites. Selecting a view would display the respective entity fields below. Let's take an example. If I select test suite view, all fields related to test suites will be listed below. On the middle section, it's the think space where users can drag drop or select fields from the test entities and apply different filters to the view. Let's take an example of a business user who wants a platform report that displays test case executed against each platform and their execution status to be filtered by project, release, and cycle. Let's see how this report can be generated. To generate this report, we'll select the execution view because we are looking for a report that has a column for test execution status. Here are the fields that would be needed: platform, test case key, test case summary, execution status, and filter on project, release, and cycle. Now let's go and search for platform. Either I can drag and drop the platform to the column header, or I can go and double click on that field. So the next field that I need is test case entity key. I will double click to add this to the column header. I need the summary, status, and I would need some filters on the top for release and cycle. But before adding the filters, let's create a sample report. On the column header, I have multiple options. I can do a group by on the fields, like I did a group by on platforms. I can also go and change the name of a field and give it a different name. I would want to call it as entity key. I can either sort fields as ascending or descending. So I would sort summary as descending. Or I can give multiple filters on execution statuses, like I would give a filter on execution status and will select only those test cases that are either passed, failed, or blocked. So I went and select the test case execution status, choose the option as in, and selected the statuses. I would just apply the filter. In case if I want to add some more conditions, I can go and apply some more conditions to the filters. I will also apply group by on entity key, which is required for this report, and click on generate table. Clicking on generate table will give me the output in a tabular format. I can modify this output. Let's take an example. I want to change the execution platforms to just platform. I can give it a name, alias, and apply. I also wanted to have filters on releases and cycles. So I would just choose release, and cycle filters by dragging and dropping them. So I have three filters on project, release, and the cycles. Clicking on regenerate would apply the changes and will give me the query output. If I believe the output is what I needed, I can go ahead and save this particular view as a gadget. Since this is a platform report, I would give it as a name as platform summary. And I can also give a gadget description which explains me the need of this report. Once I click on this particular report and say it's saved, the report will be saved as a gadget and it would be available in the QMetry custom gadget section. You can see here the view that I created is now saved with the name Platform Summary by Test Cases and Status. Assume the QA manager reviews the report and wants a change to it and is now looking for number of test cases executed for each platform against their execution status. The business user can modify the existing gadget by choosing to create a cross table view or stacked column view. Now, the fields required in the report are platforms, execution status, and test case keys. So I would go and edit the gadget platform summary by test cases and status that I created before and would regenerate the report. Now I can utilize the same gadget to create the new report. So I would not need the summary field now, so I would remove that. And I would change the structure from table to either column or the cross table. So let's take an example with the cross table report. I would choose the cross table option. I would put the row header as the platform. I would choose the column header as status. So I would call it as execution status. And would do a group by on it. And since I need the count of the executions, remove the group by and would give it as name. Executed. And would generate the cross table now. Now since my structure is generated, I would now use the math option and would apply the count option on the test cases and would regenerate the report. So this is how the cross table report got generated, which tells me that for which platform, for which execution status, what is the count of the test cases that were present. I can just go and rename the alias. And here is my perfect query. So I can either go and update the same gadget or I can choose a different view. So let's take an example that I wanted a stacked column view instead of the grid view. So how would I do that? I would choose the column option and instead of the execution status at the x-axis, I would have the platforms at the x-axis. On the y-axis, I would have the count of the test cases. And on the cross tab, I will have status. I would regenerate the report, which would give me a cross tab chart that would tell me that for which particular platform, what is the execution statuses of how many test cases. I can go and just update this gadget. Saving this gadget would publish the change on all the dashboards where this gadget is added. Now let's understand how you can create a gadget using advanced query reports. This view gives more power and flexibility to the users by providing them ability to create custom reports by writing basic to complex SQL statement. The advanced query view is designed for technical users with SQL knowledge. It's divided into two sections. On the left side, there is a list of tables and their fields. That has the consolidated QMetry data required for report creation. These are just 15 tables that are synced real time. For making the query creation easier, the table names have resemblance with the QMetry test assets and different modules. You will also find the reports DB schema in the help guide for reference. In the middle section, there is a smart query editor with auto suggestions where SQL queries can be written or executed. Like, so you can see that the query editor is providing me auto suggestions when I am trying to write a SQL query. This editor only supports select statements as it is meant for generating reports. Create, update, or delete statements are restricted on this view. Now let's create a report using advanced SQL view. Now suppose as a QA manager, I need a pie chart that gives me count of issues for each workflow status in a selected project. I would need count of issues, workflow status, and filter on project. I can create a SQL query using any of these tables or by joining multiple tables together. Since the data I need is of issue module, most of the fields I will get it from the issue module. I have created a sample query that gives me the count of the issues along with the workflow status which, with a filter for the project. So you see that I have given a tag with @filter.project. These are QMetry system defined filters and available for lot of fields. This help the users to write and filter the queries on multiple fields. I click on Fetch Filters and Verify. Since I have used the project filter, I will be asked to select a project before the query is executed. The output of the query would be displayed in the table structure. Now, I can change the view to a cross table view, or I can generate a pie chart using the labels as workflow status, or I can generate a dognut chart. So you see how easy is for a user to write a query and convert it into multiple graphical views as per your choice. Since the requirement is of pie chart, we'll keep the chart type as pie. You will also see the summary of the workflow status and the count of issues. So once the query is created and is giving me the required data, I can add it as a gadget. So giving a gadget name and a gadget description will save the query for me. Now this saved query would be seen in QMetry custom gadgets. So the query that I created using Visual View is also available in the QMetry custom gadget. The, the query that I created using the advanced query view is also available in the QMetry custom gadgets. So QMetry custom gadgets lists all the gadgets that are created by the logged in user in the My Gadget tab. Shared gadgets show list of all the gadgets that are created by other users and are shared with the logged in users. The gadgets which are created by me, as I am the owner of those gadgets, I can go and edit those, delete, or I can share it with other team members. I can share a gadget individually with users of my team, or I can share this gadget with all the users of a project or for a specific role. When a gadget is created for the first time, it is a private gadget. When you share this gadget with other users in your team or in a project, it is a public gadget. The shared gadgets are view-only gadgets and cannot be edited. These gadgets can be added to the dashboards where the filters of these gadgets can be modified. However, the logic of query creation or the report creation cannot be changed by the user with whom the gadget is shared. Now let's learn about QMetry custom dashboards. QMetry custom dashboards are divided into two sections. My dashboards. This is the list of all the dashboards that the login user has created. Shared dashboards are the list of dashboards that are shared by other users. These are kind of view only dashboards. My dashboard allows me to create a new dashboard for my purpose. So let's create a project health dashboard. Once a dashboard is created, you can add the custom gadgets to this dashboard. While adding the gadget, you get three options. System gadgets list all the gadgets that are system defined. These gadgets are similar to the QMetry by default reports. Every system reports in QMetry has its corresponding system gadget. My gadget lists all the custom gadgets that are created by me. We'll add the first two gadgets that we have seen in the demo. And share gadgets list all the gadgets that are shared by other users to the logged in user. These are the two gadgets that we created as part of this demo. I can go and view the query of this particular dashboard. I can view the description of the dashboard. I can change the project filter. Or I can go and edit the dashboard gadget from the dashboard. I can export it into PNG, JPG, vector image, PDF. I can export the data in an XLS, or I can choose to move to chart data that is generating this particular pie chart. A dashboard can be scheduled on a recurring basis to any user who is either part of QMetry or outside QMetry. You can schedule it daily, weekly, or monthly at a particular time by providing the start date and the end date, along with the description and the body. You can edit any of the existing schedules. A dashboard can be shared with multiple users of your team. These users can view the gadgets in the dashboard in a read-only format. You can also share a live link of your dashboard with other users. So scheduled reports are kind of reports that you get at a particular time interval, whereas embedded URL is a kind of live access to your dashboard and will give live updates to the third party products or any user who has access to this link. Once the user once the dashboard is shared with other users, it would be as a public dashboard. As the owner of these dashboards, I can go and delete these dashboards. I hope the overall demo of QMetry reports was helpful. If you have any questions, you can raise a ticket at our support portal, or you can refer the QMetry help guide. Thank you very much.